The stocking is hung on the pulpit with care. It says Jesus on it, if you can't see it in the way back. Hoping for some gifts for this stocking tonight. Psychologists say there are 4 stages to a man's life. Could apply to a woman's life as well. I guess the first 3 anyway. The first stage is when you believe in Santa Claus. The second stage is when you stop believing in Santa Claus. The third stage is when you become Santa Claus. And the last stage is when you start looking like Santa Claus. I'm somewhere between the third and fourth stage. I don't know about you. Christ is born this night. It's Jesus' birthday. Can you imagine it's your birthday, and you invite all your friends over, and they have lots of presents, and they say, "So what's your birthday?" And you say, "Yes, I know that." And they say, we've come to celebrate. And you say, "I know that too." And then you watch them with all their gifts, and they start handing out all of their presents that they brought to one another. And they don't give you one. What's that about? A birthday where everybody gets a present except for the birthday boy. Does that sound weird or what? Well, to some, that is Christmas. They give presents to everyone else, but nothing to Jesus. And it's his birthday. Now, Jesus is so wonderful that he says, even though it's my birthday, I want to give everyone else a gift, which is what the 4th century bishop of Myra, St. Nicholas, a.k.a. Santa, was all about, leaving gifts in the shoes and the stockings of children in honor of Jesus. I can still remember some of my special Santa gifts. A hockey stick, a creepy crawler set. If you don't know what that is, YouTube it. The mousetrap game. A wooden red metal steerable flexible flyer sled. And that was just last year. No. And a Daisy Red Ryder BB gun. Even after being warned over and over again by my mother to be careful or you'll shoot someone's eye out. I mean, really, have you ever known anybody who has lost an eye because of a BB gun accident? Yes? You mothers? Are you mothers? Yeah. And I remember gifts like my brother's watch, brand new wristwatch, and my sister's new boots, black boots, and my mom's new meat thermometer. My dad was such a romantic. I guess it was better than the talking bathroom scale that he got the year before. One year, we kids, my 3 siblings and I, we all pitched in and we bought my dad a Lazy Boy recliner chair. And we wrapped it up in red and white Christmas paper. We put it in the living room. And my old German dad, he walked in to the room and he was speechless. He just stood there grimacing, his face saying, "You shouldn't have spent so much money." Finally, my mom broke the ice. She pushed Dad into the chair and she said, "Well, Merry Christmas, for crying out loud." And for years after, our family tradition was to greet each other during the holidays and wish them a Merry Christmas, for crying out loud. So I say to you, Merry Christmas, for crying out loud. But of course, we know the real gift of Christmas doesn't come to us wrapped in red and white paper, but in strips of cloth laying in a manger. Jesus is the first gift of Christmas. It may seem odd that God's rescue plan for the world in need was a baby, but God's answer for someone in need has never been more things. Instead of giving us more stuff, God gives God's self. Then the angel of the Lord appeared, standing before them, and the glory of the Lord shone around them, and they were terrified. And the angel said to the shepherds, Do not be afraid, for see, I am bringing you good news of great joy for all people. For to you on this day a Savior is born. If our greatest need had been for information, God would have sent us an educator. If our greatest need had been technology, God would have sent us a scientist. If our greatest need had been money, God would have sent us an economist. If our greatest need had been pleasure, God would have sent us an entertainer. But our greatest need was to be mended, to be made whole, to be enlightened, to learn how to be a human being again, to get along with each other. So God sent a Savior. 'Tis Christ the Lord. So this year, we have a stocking for the child born in a manger. It is his birthday we are celebrating. Let us ask ourselves, what would he wish for most? Then let us put in our share loving kindness, warm hearts, and a stretched out hand of tolerance. All the shining gifts that make peace on earth. Amen.
Amen.